These kids these days, I swear to God, with the UPS strike, Cannibal CME UPS strike. Come on, cut your hair, pull your pants up. Back in my day, the big cool prepping topic was nuclear war, dude, and EMP, and they just turned it into CME. Like, not even original, man. Like, I want a new story arc to all this. I can't deal with this. Yo, Mike, hit that beam footage. Oop.
As requested, Travis, good to see you, my friend. Gick Rhymes, Papa's Farm, Cat Lady Nelly, Love and Life, Daryl Calhoun, Scott, what's going on? Random JL, Alternal Amber, Johnny Preps, Prepping Mantis. We right here, dog. We right here. Hey,
Outlaw Jackson.
Outlaw Jackson.
It's
Outlaw
the birthday boy.
It's Outlaw Jackson's birthday. He is 22 today. Happy birthday, my brother, Outlaw Jackson. Everybody in the chat, please tell Outlaw Jackson happy birthday. And oh, you know what, Outlaw, here, I got you a present for your birthday. It's right here. Boom, boom, boom. There you go.
He gets a blue wrench for his birthday.
Give the man a wrench for his birthday. It's the only thing that I could physically do right now, here, this second, for him for his birthday. A shirt. You got one. You got one. You begged and pleaded, and you got one. Scott Hummer, welcome to Too Soon to Tell Tuesday.
It's always just, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't, and do we even care at this point?
Too soon to tell. It's too soon to tell. Matt Shad, Vision Preparedness, how are you? Yeah, Cannibal CMEs. Apparently they
who is
eat
in
each other.
charge of this? Before that, what was that? What did it do? The dark
once you understand
the pale horse of death CME came out with the
once you understand it kind of makes sense.
Like naming them all.
But yeah, we're gonna talk about the Cannibal CME, the UPS strike, guys. The UPS strike looms.
You want to get brought to your knees?
This isn't really being talked about too awful much, but them guys in brown, bro, they put in some work. They're delivering packages all the freaking time. I've seen dudes show up at my house with UPS gear on in their own freaking vehicles, be like, "Here's your package, bro." Yeah, sorry, I had to come in my own car. But I've seen them do whatever it is that they got to do. We could be less than 13 days away from this potential strike. This is something that would, if those packages had to go to the other services, you have two other choices, really, FedEx and the U.S. Postal Service. If you split their load, if you split that load 50-50, you would collapse both of those entities almost instantaneously. That's how much workload that UPS delivers on. So it's huge volume, and this could go really bad for all parties concerned. The one thing that I don't want to see is like with the rail strike. I don't want to see the government step in and do a fucking thing. This is a dispute between two different people, the Teamsters Union and the UPS workers. Or no, the UPS. The Teamsters Union is the rank and file. The corporate heads are the ones who, obviously have to pay the bills and the workers and the benefits and everything else, and they're in negotiations. So hopefully they can work something out. We're gonna dive into an article this evening and see because this could have, lasting effects on all of us. And
might make
I don't know, but-
your whole world a little bit smaller when all of a sudden you're like deglobalized like that.
yeah,
Well, at least in this case,
it's back to a time when
that was
you couldn't buy it on the internet.
That was so privileged of me to say that, like, UPS like decides to strike, and I'm like, you may be inconvenienced, like.
Love and life. That's a great point.
Tank Houston's in the house.
It does seem like the collapse of our supply chain is by design. Yes.
Tank Houston's in the house. He tested some freeze-dried food.
Yeah, Tank, man. Thank you so much for all your help. And Tank is a Teamster. So hey, man, you gotta work with what you got. I know a lot of people who are super pro union. I know a lot of people who are like, not my cup of tea. Whatever. Can't we all just get along? I mean, come on.
It seems like people, union people are especially very into it, and
proud to be union. And
if it's true that unions give the worker like rights and like a say in the workplace, and like then all the glory and power to them. But when something like comes along, like just to be that, like something like the Teamsters are like very like powerful, like big.
Oh yeah,
huge unions
they're huge. They're huge, and there's a lot of new heads on both sides.
Why totalitarian and authoritarian regimes don't tolerate trade unions in general is because of their power to do something like this.
Yeah.
No, you will not become like a threat to our way of life in this country. That's just, we're not going to allow that to happen. So trade unions will test these things between the rail and the UPS, going to test the Biden administration on where do you actually really stand.
Yeah. I really hope that they stay out of it. We'll dive into the article and see what we can find. But guys, this is closing in soon. So if you are thinking about making an online purchase of whatever,
don't say it.
Do it now.
That's exactly what they want.
Do it now.
Crisis of, okay, so here's how this works. They have seen it happen. Every time, like, be afraid of thing, people buy, like, thing, and then they're like, crisis averted. We made all of our record profits, bro.
Yeah. Union workers work
Joe Biden's
hard.
Going to step in. Joe Biden's going to step in, and he's going to fix it. Okay?
I hope not.
UPS strike, please.
It's a private thing between private people, and just let them go, man. Let them go. Let them hash it out themselves. They will work it out. Obviously, the stuff needs to get delivered, and they need to deliver on what the workers need, what they request. I mean, you gotta. Those are the people who make it happen. Those are the folks who made you the record profits. Without them, you wouldn't have record profits.
And I hope that those people show it. Yeah. Show that, like, demonstrate that.
Okay, well, how quickly they can pull the plug on those record profits and just this is secessio plebis on a very, very small scale, guys.
I dare you, Teamsters, to do it. Do it.
Oh no, they're ready to. They're absolutely ready to. They are ready to strike. And when a place like this is going to strike, trust me, they are well organized.
And Green Day said it in a song. And once something like this happens, he says, "Don't cross the line."
Yeah, the picket line is real.
You'll be a scab, not a martyr.
Exactly.
So and then they're gonna starve you out. Okay, they're gonna push. Yeah. You're gonna have to sacrifice. And I'm challenging anybody in a position to actually bring this power to bear. Fucking do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
show them.
It's a big thing. Man.
Show them that it's. Don't do some ridiculous trucker protest or some stupid shit. Fucking strike and don't go to work. Bring the system. If that's what's going to happen, if that's what they're worried about,
that's
what they're worried about, then flex it.
Crush it.
Do it.
Crush it. So we had the members only pre-live stream party before we got started.
We had one.
And, well, it'll be there for all the members when they have time to watch it. But we were discussing, one of our members told us that they wanted to learn a little more about the history of the Hudson Valley. And the Livingston man and myself were discussing and going over some things, talking about some places that we want to show off to everybody. I think it'd be a really good experience for everybody.
We're going to get to go out on
see
location.
the Hudson Valley. And the Hudson Valley's gorgeous.
Now, I wonder if we can get a hold of some of these places that are like have like an actual historic site, visitor center, you know?
And get a tour.
Well, press credentials.
Yeah. Livingston man wants to walk in with a badge on and the cameras. I get it. Yeah, it would be awesome.
Maybe get like a private tour, or just get to walk around like a
Can I have the curator walk me around the property?
I might be in a position.
I
am indeed the Livingston man. I could
yeah, I am a Livingston.
I am one. Say which?
It's true.
There's a million.
Just one of them.
These people were insane. They're like the Kennedys and all the rest of these dynastic families in America, the Astors and everybody else.
Yeah.
But the Livingstons, they were like a dime a dozen, really. There was a million
everywhere.
Rockstar, but there was like a million of them. They're all named the same.
Yep.
Everybody was fucking Walter and Henry and Robert. Like there was like 75 fucking children. They all had 3 names. 25 of each.
High flyer, yes. A Hudson Valley field trip with the whole community. We're going to bring everybody.
I can't wait to go on location.
Crackshot says the actor/writer strike. Yeah, that's ongoing as well too. Man,
Please.
do it. Nah, do it, man. People got to stand up. It's the folks who are doing a lot of the streaming stuff. They're getting really dumped on.
Wait a second, because we didn't like actors when they, didn't like Trump and shit. Now we're all like, actors are people too. That's not what I remember. I remember you are a toy is what I was told about Hollywood actors. They're all Jeffrey Epstein's friends, right? They're all Jeffrey Epstein's buddies, pals. Now we're all, they're people too. See how they normalized it? See what they did to you?
Yeah.
That's right, outlaw.
Turn the TV off. That's my problem with it. Is I really don't have any skin in the game because I turn the TV off.
I don't even know who these new actors are.
Occasionally,
Warren Beatty is the last actor I cared about, and Bob Hoskins. Miss him, bro.
Yeah.
After that, I don't know who these people are. Like, what is Margot Robbie? I don't know.
Never heard of her.
I never heard of them. I guess them.
Yeah,
play it safe.
Safe.
Play it safe.
Safe.
This is a family channel. After all, Mike, for the love of all that's holy, tell us about this cannibal coronal mass injection that devoured the dark eruption.
It happened.
On July 18th. It's going to hit us on July 18th. And if I'm not mistaken, that's today.
That's today.
Tell them.
The Cannibal CME is here. Maybe you'll see some radio frequency blackouts, things like that.
I didn't.
No, it's real. It's real.
See that big bitch right there?
A Cannibal CME is when a slow-moving CME off the sun, something that wasn't, it kind of erupted, but it wasn't a violent eruption, so it just kind of poof out. And then a big one comes and just comes faster than it and kind of takes it over and pushes it along. What these can do is what happened during the Carrington event, which was a bunch of different sunspots went off and they all kind of hit over a 2-day span. And that's what really wreaked havoc on the power grid, was that constant overload for 48 hours.
The Carrington event didn't happen in 1894.
Yeah, long time ago. Infrastructure was very small back then, especially anything electrical.
Oh, but the scientific instruments were spot on, dive into that.
Well, when all of the telegraph offices burst into flames and people were getting electrocuted through the thing, they figured something was up, so they started taking notes right then and there.
And you know what? I'll tell you why. Because of Thomas fucking Edison.
It's all his fault.
DC cable needs to be like a 1.5 thick. Like a telegraph cable is like the size of a baseball. Okay,
yeah, they're big.
So these kind of things love a huge conductor like that.
Joe DeFazo says 1859 was the Carrington event.
All these things, these guys tapping on the thing, going tick 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 tick, and they got this what we'd call triple aught, right? Freaking
wire
service kid. So of course, this thing smashed into it and caught him on fire. Always Thomas Edison fucking around getting shit wrong. You know who that doesn't happen to is Nikola Tesla's alternating current system that we are
using today,
and his LED technology and his Bluetooth and his Wi-Fi and his every other thing that the prophet Nikola Tesla predicted.
Yeah,
before
he was
it was
too
even
far ahead
possible.
of his time.
Before it was possible, he still said that we was going to do it. Okay, but
yeah, he wasn't wrong.
These CMEs and these EMPs and this energy.
It's becoming a lot more common. The sun is ramping up.
More disruptive to our modern life because of our reliance on
electricity.
Yes,
electricity, man. You know, the only reason that we're inhabiting this space right now is because of modern air conditioning. You probably hear it going in the background.
God forbid we'd be outside using the cell phone. It's too damn hot.
Yeah, it's just too hot. It's just too hot.
But you know what else I think is that stuff was already there all the time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this has been happening forever.
Right, and I got to think to myself, at what point does that...
Welcome, sister.
Besides my 4G being a little slow or something, like I can promise you, like let it happen now. I guess this is where I eat it, but I ain't never had no fucking solar flare like actually cause a problem in my life. I'm like, oh man, my shortwave radio connection to Liechtenstein has been disrupted by it doesn't. No.
It could happen, though. It could happen. It could totally happen. And according to some people's predictions of solar cycles, we are overdue for this to happen again. And the sun just happens to be ramping up. And, there's CMEs like a couple a week, it seems, anymore.
We're in the solar maximum where it does this, right?
Yeah, well, they just said we were in a minimum, and they said we were still in a minimum, but it seems that it's doing some maximum shit right now.
The other thing, too, is that the instruments that we're using to measure these things are extremely advanced now compared to what was had in the past.
Oh, absolutely.
So
you think there's some disconnect there between the old instrumentation and the new, like a 5 on the old is now a 2 on the new? Or a 1?
With every science, we keep learning that actually we don't know shit, and that it's constant evolution as science.
Yeah, well, science is never really settled because it's science,
right? So as we get more and more sophisticated equipment to measure
what's happening,
more and more sophisticated concepts.
Yeah.
Of course, our understanding of it's going to become evolved, and now like what they call a severe, like, oh my God, thunderstorm anymore is like what I kind of remember a thunderstorm being. It's what they do. They're loud and they're noisy and shit.
The rain, though, man, the rain has been terrible. I keep getting flood watch notices, and it's because the ground is too saturated to absorb anything. So any even little amounts of rain at this point, they're issuing flood warnings. I guess watches are a thing of the past now. I don't know.
They got to play it safe and also get them clicks.
Well, it's the climate scare now, right? That's the new thing, is they are going to scare everybody with extreme weather.
Climate, bro. And there are. Yeah. But now what I was just talking about, more sophisticated equipment that can zoom in closer and show everything.
Yeah.
Same can be said for the news and media. Is now like you're shown something, but that's not necessarily like your backyard, right? Like, oh man,
right.
Yeah, you're made to feel like you're right there, and you're made to feel away, and they got to pound the story to death, bring you in the back corners, and get the dark secrets about the grisly details of whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But actually, is that your backyard?
No, it's half a world away sometimes.
Now, props to whose backyard that is, and I ain't saying like disregard, like.
No, but
tragedy and shit. But what I'm saying is that
it's definitely been happening. It seems to be that it's happening more frequently.
Of course, we got to mistrust the media to overrepresent like a thing happened. There are many things that I do not remember in my life. There's chemtrails, which seem, unless I'm wrong, I just stopped noticing them as they calm down once people start noticing them. Because even I was like, that's BS, man. Yeah. And then I'm like, nah, I see him, bro. I see him. Okay. And like, I started
there, and then they disappeared.
People started putting pictures on the internet and being like, you got to be kidding me. Like, this is not real. And it was, I seen it. We all seen it. And then it kind of went away. They don't do that no more. At least they found the least obvious way to do it.
No, I still see them from time to time. I guess it depends upon where you are.
But now they just got that Canadian wildfire smoke.
The haze has been real here.
Just
air quality alerts. All
you can kind of just smell it. I mean, I don't mind a good campfire, but this is unbelievable. Like, and it magnifies the sun, and it feels just like hotter and more humid. It's terrible.
Yeah. It was really weird the other day. I went out on the lake in the kayak for the first time, and the sun was like abnormally hot through that haze. It was a terrible haze. It was humid. It was hot, and it was super hazy and just thick. It was gross.
Get used to it, everybody, because
Eric
that's what
smelled
living
it
on
this
Mars
morning,
is going
man.
to be like.
Yeah, that's what living on Mars is going. Elon's going to take us there. He's going to take us to Mars.
If Elon can't take us there, he's going to make this Mars.
One way or the other.
You're looking at it.
Papa's Farm says it's hazy here in North Carolina too. Yeah, I do. I think I sent you the smoke map, didn't you?
Got them cool smoke maps. We showed them last time. I mean, the smoke maps are what? How did I do that?
If you go right here. Oh no! Yeah, you got the weather smoke map. Yeah.
It looked more
crack shot. Now it seems that Western Canada is on fire as well. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You just. Oh, there it is.
Lightning, earthquake,
fire information. There you go. The air quality button.
Show me Canada. Is that the one? Aha.
Yeah, there's your air quality
alerts. Oh, baby, this looks great. Okay, you guys, this is crazy looking.
Yeah, here's your air quality alerts along the East Coast.
All right, and so like where the fires are, the air is just fine. There.
Yeah.
Everything's cool. Like, the fires here, we all just choking.
I see that a lot of those fires are now in the northern part of Canada. Like way up north. You see all that?
Man,
that is on fire up there.
You guys, that ain't great. No, it's not good to see.
I mean, you're talking air quality alerts like that in Canada. You want to talk about melting the polar ice caps?
It doesn't. Not enough on its own, but it doesn't help for sure.
Yeah, there are a couple fires going on now down south. You can see them in Georgia and South Carolina. There are some fires down there.
Oh, hot spots.
Yep.
Now, this is simply an air quality alert. This
yeah, some of that you get around cities just because lots of cars, lots of people, lots of crap,
dust, what have you. But this band of yellow here that we're looking at.
This is all. Crap.
That's that wildfire smoke.
Crap.
So we're having a grand old time with it. At this point, I'm like used to it. It's like you look out the window in the morning, like, oh, well, it's a little bit red today.
Outlaw, yes, firewood is going to be very expensive in Canada.
They don't need it. It's not going to smell in Canada.
This could have a huge hit on maple syrup crops in the future if it gets into those maple groves and destroys that. Nasty, man. Moldy Soldier, enjoy the walk with the little ones. You have a great night. Stay safe, my friend.
Always been California.
Love and Life says, too. There it is.
But not really.
Los Angeles.
That's dick compared to.
Yeah, we had some really bad air quality here initially when the fires in Ontario started.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we were in that kind of category, that 150, 200
Yo,
range.
that was crazy.
Yeah,
like whatever, man. It was red outside. Like you want to know what it was like to live on Mars. That's what I felt like.
Yeah.
And you could smell it. Like somebody threw a ton of wet wood on the fire and you just getting smoked with it.
Patty Roach, I am looking forward to tapping some maple trees this winter.
Tap your maple.
Eric says, what if it was pot smoke? I tell you what, everybody'd be a whole lot fucking cooler,
America
man.
Be mad chill if that's
it seems like everybody's on edge. Everybody's waiting for the next shoe to drop.
I'm just looking at the glorious state of Montana, thinking like,
yeah, they got some really nice air quality.
Some nice air quality and the temperature. It's
yeah.
Really?
No, that's air quality levels. Yeah.
I would say 42 degrees.
No,
it's a little chilly. Maybe a chilly.
No, you're not on a temperature gauge.
See, the thing that people maybe you don't get about true
99 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Oof.
True upstate New Yorkers, and this can extend a little south and north, depending on what you consider upstate and downstate.
Okay, yeah.
Is that
a constant argument.
What we want to do is wear the hoodie.
all the time.
But I want to breathe cold air. Like, but if it was warmer, you wouldn't have to wear the hoodie. That's not what it's about.
No, I just want to wear the
I
hoodie.
want to breathe the cold air.
Yeah.
I want to wear the hoodie.
Yeah.
All the time.
But I don't want to be cold. Yeah, hoodie and shorts.
Not hot.
Yeah.
Not cold. Hoodie and shorts, exactly. Cold air.
Yeah.
Cool air. Okay. If you gotta be from here to get it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Paul Conroy, 42 isn't, it's not Celsius. What it is the air quality level. It's at 42. Air quality
Which is
in
good
Montana.
compared to those
42.
These red areas are in the 90s. 126 being poor and 221 being very unhealthy, literally like a campfire.
Hey man, we've seen that here in the Hudson Valley this year. You know, we've seen a lot of crazy weather events, you know, so far, and you know, there's still plenty of year left, Livingston, man. And according to my good buddy NY Prepper, the El Nino is strong this year.
Man, not again.
So we could be in for a very precipitated.
They're naming tropical depressions and stuff already going on in the Caribbean. Look at the water movements. Look at this map. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that water getting warm out there in the ocean, bro.
Sure is. Well, that's your air quality levels, man. You got to get back to temperature.
Now, I've stated before. Now I know a bunch about how the Ice Age ended and like the melted and left behind what it did.
Right.
You can see it in the. But what we honestly can guess at, but don't really know, except to say that the Earth was always, for most of its existence, a tropical, kind of warm planet.
Yeah.
There were, if any at all, there was extremely practically no.
It was tropical, right?
There were practically no polar ice caps or ice in the time of the dinosaurs.
Right.
We can't exactly know what weather the dinosaurs saw on a tropical hot planet.
I feel like it's what we're experiencing right now.
Those
torrential downpours, man.
What climate change is physically and scientifically is the planet actually achieving stasis.
Coming back to what it once was.
Coming back from getting nuked by an asteroid, multiple volcanic eruptions, and the atmosphere was shrouded in mist and smoke and dust, cooled the planet and caused an ice age.
So we're still coming out of that.
The smoke is still clearing, but now we are also running away with it because of all the shit we dump into the atmosphere. But the Earth, at any rate, is and has always been a somewhat tropical, rainforesty planet.
Yeah. And it'll get back there someday.
The dinosaurs must have dealt with things like tornadoes, hurricanes, derechos, and all the same stuff we dealt with.
Is a tornado going to pick up a brontosaurus and move it? I don't know.
We can't say. You can never know what sort of weather happened then.
Yeah. Crack shot, exactly. Yeah, just 12,000 years ago, everything here was covered by glaciers. Let's see. Rip Curl says, when Oregon was on fire, we had days at 500 parts per million. 8. Whoa. He says you just couldn't go outside. We had to run special filters and machines inside. We lost 2,800 homes. That's terrible, man. It's absolutely terrible. Isn't that?
We don't know that prehistoric tornadoes go F7 level tornado. We don't know.
Yeah.
Tyrannosaurus got tossed.
Tossing Tyrannosauruses. Patty says ocean temps in the Gulf are the highest ever, and it's killing coral reefs. Man, it's terrible. It's terrible.
What humanity should learn how to do is make not only floating or underwater capable cities, dwellings even.
Right.
Also,
they can't even make a little submarine.
There needs to be a seawater purification system on a national,
desalinization,
global scale.
Yeah, but it's all contaminated, man. It's all Fukushima now.
If you can desalinate it, you can filter it. I mean, 75% of the planet is water.
Yeah, that's very, very true. Johnny Prep says the higher ocean temps are causing stronger storms. Absolutely. I think the only thing that's saving us right now, honestly, is the Saharan dust storms.
Drying us out just a little bit.
Holy cow! Well, there's just so much.
The light.
There's so much dust in the air coming across the Atlantic Ocean that it's killing the formation of these big storms.
We know it also causes asthma in like children and people in South America, where it ends up drifting. And
all the dust. It's terrible, man. Terrible. A lot of that stuff. Outlaw says nothing lasts forever except the pyramids. Those things been here for a fucking long time.
All this is to say, you guys, that I think that at the end of the day, the cause of the crisis will be man-made. It's going to be like just with our affront to Mother Nature. When I took a walk in my one video on my channel there, shameless plug, here it comes. I have a channel too. You check it out.
That's right, Livingston, man.
I had mentioned that you want to keep fucking with Mother Nature, right? You want to keep dumping junk in the ocean. You want to keep doing this, and she's going to punch you right back. And then how do you like this? For every action, there is a reaction, and so all of us got to think that the real thing that we should prep for is the climate disaster. It's going to be caused by that.
Yeah, man. I think you're totally more likely to see a weather-based shit hit the fan. Tornado, hurricane, floods. You're much more likely to see one of these things than you are, nuclear catastrophe.
And for a nation, it can be a death by 1,000 cuts. It's just disaster after disaster after disaster,
Yeah.
and it's like it overwhelms basic civil infrastructure.
Absolutely.
And you're left to fend for yourself. Like you remember Hurricane Katrina? People on their roofs with signs, "Please help us." You can be one of them.
Yeah. And even if you think you're in a safe place when you dump biblical proportions of rain somewhere. You have to look at things, geography. Are you, at the bottom of a hill? Because this once was a great lake, and it may be again.
Does it kind of come to you days later as a torrent, blow your house
totally
away?
Could be, man. Totally could be. And these are things that we have to plan for. As preppers, we got to keep our things in water-safe containers. So hopefully your preps can float, or at least sealed in a container and, maybe stuck on the bottom, but hopefully they'll be there when you got back to them.
Redundantly sealed.
Absolutely.
Remember those words. And remember your training when the shit hits the fan.
Redundancy is a good one.
Redundantly sealed.
Yeah.
Outlaw Jackson, we're not killing the planet, we're killing ourselves. That's right.
Yeah.
I like this other one. This dude was like, people, ask me like, why do you care so much about the environment? It's like, well, I live there.
Yeah. Yeah, I do tend to live in the environment. Got to breathe the air too.
It's always been an issue.
Drink the water.
All the way back in the day when the Dust Bowl happened. This is like in the early 30s, late 20s.
Okay.
The fellow was making an impassioned speech on how they had to do something about like the farming situation out in the Great Plains.
Yeah.
They're ripping up all the prairie grass, and the tornadoes and the wind was causing all this dirt to blow everywhere, and it was just ruining everything.
Yeah.
Dude's making a speech in Congress. Literally, like the sky darkened as this dust storm from Kansas, Oklahoma, blew into Washington, D.C. Yeah. And he said, without skipping a beat in the middle of his speech, and gentlemen, there goes the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And it passed like legislation that changed how farming was done, how land conservancy was done. There have been solutions to how to deal with the way we live our lives for 100 years. We choose for whatever stupid reasons to pick sides about what's best for all of us.
Yeah.
And I think let's all think about all this. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I think the only thing that we can do about it is try to be good stewards. Try to not pollute and not do things ourselves. And I think most people feel the same way. Save the turtles, man. Cut up your plastic. Make sure it's in the recycling bin. And then you're just hoping that the hands that you give it to kind of do their job. But I think most people are good stewards. And I think the only thing that we can do about it is prepare for these disasters, man, honestly, and brace for impact, so to speak. I don't care how much money you try to throw at Mother Nature, it's not going to stop anything.
Now that's what like got a lot of people like what got people called climate change deniers was the belief and in fact the truth that
125
that money does not fix weather.
No, I mean you can find better ways to predict it, perhaps, because let me tell you, the weatherman sucks anymore. He sucks.
No, I bet you the weatherman, like, you know, you're down home, like actual weatherman that predicts it. He probably is getting it right. It's bigger weather, app based weather, Google, Amazon, you know, these big, where it's for click. Is your town going to be annihilated by shitstorm freaking X01? Find out like when it happens. You're like, bro, please. Oh, we got a severe weather alert. Like my phone is always like ding alert. I'm like, what's the alert? They're like till 12:30. I just got one
now. Yeah.
Till 12:30. I'm like, but what though? So I got to open the app and give it traffic.
Outlaw says the only bigger moneymaker than war is saving the planet. Amen. Amen. Grateful Preps NJ. Hope you're having a great evening.
When you could just do it yourself.
Chrisman is absolutely right. He says you can't predict it. Here in New Yorkistan, we can have all 4 seasons in one day.
The only thing we don't have is volcanoes yet.
Yeah. Man, what's the big the New Madrid? Can you imagine if like St. Louis cracked open and we had a giant volcano there?
St. Louis? I mean, fuck it. I don't care about them.
Let me see. Love and Life put a comment up here earlier.
Mount St.
And
Helens?
I missed it. Yes.
Down.
I saw it. I passed it already.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, yeah. Mount St. Helens. Lived in Portland, Oregon then, and ash flew down like snow for days, and people survived. Yeah, man, you gotta improvise. You have to adapt. You have to overcome whatever situation you're in. Try and keep a positive mindset. You know, even if it looks like all hope is lost, the last thing you want to do is freak the people around you out. Don't panic and you know, formulate a plan and then enact the plan.
If you have a vivid imagination, and I like to think a lot of preppers do, is that even if you haven't lived the situation physically, like you gotta sort of carry this air of like, I've thought about this before.
Yeah. War game these things, man. Just think about it. Try and run it through in your head.
I mean, the Mount St. Helens thing, that's extreme. Like that mountain blew up. Like, to give perspective, that like turned trees, like it turned the whole forest like flat for miles around. The whole side of the mountain blew off. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
Now, there's the Yellowstone thing.
Yeah, that could happen. We could be under feet of ash here in New York State, even though we don't have volcanoes.
You're talking about the entire farming belt of America just under ash, is dead.
Terrible.
Food
Smoking
crisis?
swamp. Welcome.
Food crisis. That's why we stock up on spam. But y'all don't hear me.
One of the things I did want to get to tonight, Livingston, man, could you that dot right there?
Here comes, guys,
right
the boring shit.
Boring, but
is it this?
Very
is it
important.
This?
No, we're already there. Yeah, that one right there. That right there. So, as many of us know, Ukraine is the world's breadbasket, right? Or at least I was
going to use at least 2 other ones besides breadbasket. I was going to say a money laundering factory and criminal enterprise and welfare queen. Okay, but yes. After that, you said something about
grain.
Okay, also that
world's a third of the world's grain is produced in Ukraine.
I only buy Ukrainian bread. I've seen it.
Triple Threat Firearms and Defense. Welcome, Tarsha. Thank you for stopping by tonight.
Sorry, Mike, tell us. I'm just being salty.
So, Russia backed out of the Ukraine or the grain deal with Ukraine.
Right here, they did Reuters said this.
After it was in retaliation for an attack on a bridge in Crimea, which really pissed them off. So they, reneged on the deal and then promptly, bombed the port.
Isn't it funny how war works? Like, okay, so country attacks other country, like they fight, they war each other, right?
Yeah, let's
But then,
war.
but then when one attacks the other one, they're like, "How dare you? How dare you attack me?" And like, then so then they attack the guy back, and he's like, "I can't believe you did that." And so they attack the guy back, and the guy's like, "I can't believe you would dare to like defend yourself."
And send it back.
But you guys, war for one, like when you just think about it, like explain it to me like I'm 5 years old. Like war sounds just stupid.
So here, well, I'll give you the broken down 5-year-old version of this. They make most of the bread that feeds the world. They might not be making any more bread.
They're gonna make the bread.
Yeah, but the price of bread is gonna be really expensive.
They can't just ship it out like a different way. There's no other way.
Well, you know, the port that all this stuff goes to just got bombed.
You know what's kind of fucked up is like, because we can put like send all like tanks and missiles and guns and bombs and all this because well, there's no, we can't just like send.
Take a boat full of
truck goes in with missiles, comes out with wheat. But
so the deal was Russia controlled this port, right?
Fucking why are we doing business?
And well, they were allowing the ships to export grain.
I thought it was bad.
They are, but they were allowing the ships to leave because it could avert a global catastrophe.
You guys, do you hear this?
Could happen.
This narrative they're spinning. This shit ain't real.
We shall see. We shall see.
The chick on the plane, yo, she was right there. I'm telling you,
he's not real.
The fucker in the back is not real. Okay, like, this is not real. Like, and what I mean by that? What's unreal? That the citizens of the world are just like okay with this, like content to just watch it happen. I remember when George Bush was going to walk into Iraq, and like 10 million people came out in the streets protesting against it. Nope, not doing it. Donald Trump got elected. 8 billion people came out in the streets. Nope, we ain't doing it. But here's this, and like, where is like I don't know everybody?
The outrage.
Where's the opposition? Any fucking opposition whatsoever?
You can't.
To this thing, we're all being shown.
If you're in opposition, you're labeled as a neo-Nazi, right? You support the Nazis.
I don't care who, at this point, what party affiliation you are as like a human being with a brain in your head. What are you watching the world and saying, this is fine?
Yeah.
I should continue to contribute to this.
Pay your taxes. Pay your taxes.
Keep it going, bro. At least I got some likes. We got to, folks.
Livingston Man off the rails tonight.
I can't. It's going to be quiet.
You're going to let him happen. It's going to let him happen. Yeah. So I do think that this...
This is why we can't break through the glass ceiling. This is why we are 6,000 subscribers. Because of this shit. The truth.
Nikita, absolutely correct. She says a lot of people are still sheep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Eric, absolutely. They throw the racist card out there. Livingston Man's been saying for over 20 years, we'll all be dead and the world will still be ending.
It's been ending since we knew it existed.
I hope that all of my preparations are for nothing and they get passed on, the stuff that's pass onable. Obviously, you got to rotate your preps, so you should be consuming some stuff as you go along. But I hope it's all for nothing. I really do. I hope it's all for nothing. And I was the paranoid tinfoil hat wearing guy. But I'm really not paranoid. I'm really not worried because I'm prepared. I've got plans. I've got everything locked down. So I'm not too worried about it. I just keep a watchful eye, I guess you'd say.
100 years old. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you all a story, right? It's a fable and it's a joke, right? It's this kid, like, he has to walk all the way downstairs so many times, right? He's got to walk outside to the old crap house.
Oh, the outhouse, yeah.
He's sitting in there and he hears, like, when the log rolls over, we'll all be dead. Breaks out, runs inside. Nope. Ain't doing that no more.
No.
He tells the old man about it. He's like, you gotta be kidding me. Goes in there. The old man sits down. He's sitting there. And all he hears it. Log rolls over, we'll all be dead. Bust ass right out of there. Nope.
Okay.
All right. He's worried about what does that mean. Like he's trying to find biblical meaning in this.
Yeah.
Ma gets up. Let's go to take a crap in the middle of the night. Ma goes in there, lifts her skirt, drop deuce, right? The log rolls over, we'll all be dead. She looked down, there's 3 flies sitting on a turd, floating. The log rolls over, we'll all be dead. That's you. You're the fly on the turd.
Yeah.
We're all the flies on the turd.
All
when the log rolls over, we'll all be dead. It's up to us to balance it.
Yeah.
We are blessed enough to get to live on this turd. We just have to make sure it doesn't roll over.
Got to keep it upright. Got to keep it upright. I hope everybody's gardening as much as they can. I mean, even if it's just a plant in a pot outside, you've got to start in it. I'd encourage everybody to try and grow something to eat. I'm not the best gardener, but I'm trying. I'm learning. But I'm out there. I got my hands in the dirt.
You know who did everything?
Who?
People who tried and did.
Yeah.
If you didn't even show up, you didn't do it. So like if you just show up, like props, bro.
Yeah.
But you gotta try.
Put your hands in the dirt.
There's no try. There's only do. But yeah, first whatever just shut up.
125 says, "Fuck gardening. I'm eating people."
And some of us carnivores are going to come together like that.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, get your hands in the dirt and grow something.
Give this stuff a try. It's canning, gardening, butchery, animal husbandry, which would be the breeding of animals. When you get chickens and eggs, whatever. Try and live for yourself. Produce some food for yourself. Okay?
Absolutely.
At first, you will fail, but if you do not try, you will never succeed.
That's right.
So.
Yeah. Got to give it a shot, man. Johnny's after the neighborhood cats when the shit hits the fan. Good Lord.
There's going to be plenty of them, and some people are going to have to make some real hard choices about how much their pets mean to them.
Moonsprouts says animals are easier than gardening, in my opinion. Yeah, I suppose. You have you got yourself a chicken coop in a nice little fenced-in area from them, and you keep them happy, keep them fed, keep them watered. You go in and grab your eggs.
Depending on the animal, now what if remove agway right from the situation? Like you can't get feed, medication, any of that shit. What?
I guess free range chickens would be your best bet if you can just let them kind of live off the land. They eat a ton of bugs, a ton of ticks.
Listen, besides Hunter, I ate 3 men without even. Hunter's down to eat the peeps, and I know Jay Creature massacred half the fucking neighborhood just because we did a live stream.
Yeah.
And so I mean, some of us are down with the long pig. That's fine.
Jason Chrisman says, "Learn to eat what's naturally in your area." Yeah, typos. I got it. I speak typo, bro. Yeah, man. Foraging, big thing. I need to learn more about foraging wild plants. It turns out a lot of the weeds that grow in my garden are actually edible and usable.
Long pig, long pork,
Long pork. Hey. CJ says no comment.
Taboo though it may be, there are certain times in history where cannibalism has been spoken of, and it happens. And as a general rule, the people who did it were desperate. And no blame was placed on them later. Now, if you're out here enjoying it, that's where you catch hate.
Yeah, then you're Hannibal. Hannibal. Firefly Farm says, "You guys getting this thunderstorm now?" No thunderstorm here as of yet that I know of. But I am locked in the studio.
Me and Hunter be out here like chupacabra, bro. I'll be sucking your goat. I'm gonna suck your goat, bro.
Devil Dog
Jackson
Preppers.
Please don't suck my goat liver instead of it's fucking happening.
Devil Dog Prepper says, "Don't forget to smash that like button. We really appreciate it. YouTube has been hammering us. We actually had a discussion downstairs about the channel growth. 11 months, guys. 11 months we've been at 6,000 subscribers. we've gained about 80 or 90, and then they take away 40 or 60. And I don't know quite how this works. If half of our subscribers are actual bots and they just come and go, could absolutely totally be.
Imagine having that many government agents, because as a general, there's probably like 30 people that like seem to be real, and there's like 5.7 thousand more of them that are just like government agents. Like, just they don't even like our shit, don't comment or nothing, except Hunter.
CJ says, got pink skies here in the Finger Lakes area. XNYC says it goes stagnant. Yeah, but I mean, even organically,
I know a bot.
Organically, it's not mathematically possible. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen it done to other channels where they put a lid on them and they just leave them there.
It's not PC, bro.
Prepper Now is one of the big ones. Even after the channel name change, there hasn't been a whole lot of growth there for him. It's disgusting what they do to folks. I mean, left organically, I've seen what can happen with some of the reels and things like that. And then I watch them put the lid on it. I literally read the analytic lines and can see it. It's crazy. Patty Roach, local singles in your area, click here. Yeah. I remember when the porn bots used to be a thing. They used to invade everybody's.
Hi, I see we're not friends. You should send me
Oh, they're on Facebook now too.
It's like, who's
terrible?
One is like, who says that? Like, who starts a conversation like that? Two, like, if you go like dig back, like if you click one of them things like profiles, it's like you go back like 6 weeks and it's like some like dude from like Nigeria. All of a sudden he changed his shit, like got hacked, like.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
But everybody's got that one dude in there that's friends with these things.
Oh yeah, the bot one. Oh, Eric, thank you so much, man. Really appreciate your donation. You guys do not have to donate. Your presence and your like alone is enough, and we really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, Eric. We're building shit, man. We're building shit in the woods. We're taking donations and throwing it at the
I can't wait for the fall location when we go to do that, when it's cool.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, I'll be out there all the time. That's
my favorite time of year.
Absolutely.
Spring. If you're an upstate New Yorker, again, like I said, back to the hoodies and shorts thing.
Yeah, fall,
mid to late spring, and like all of fall and possibly winter, depending on what kind of person.
Yeah.
If you're a true upstate New Yorker like I am, like this, I hate summer. I can't stand it.
Yeah, it's too hot. I'm not built for that
anymore. I don't remember what I don't. Maybe when I was a kid, like it just never occurred to me
how hot it was.
But anymore, it's like this whole like 100 degrees, like shit. This is too much, bro. Like I don't know.
Patty Roach wants to build a pallet shelter. You're welcome to bushcraft one in the woods if you'd like. But no pallets, just bushcraft it out of trees and shit, man. Make it natural. Livingston man wants to build a longhouse.
I really want to build a longhouse. I mean, we can start with a wigwam.
Yeah,
and then expand it from there.
Absolutely, man. We have the technology. We can do this.
The two big upstate New York tribes were the Algonquin and the Iroquois.
Yep.
The Algonquin would live in wigwams.
Oh, the Mohawk as well, right? Or they were all part of the same Iroquois nation, no?
Something like that.
Okay.
Two different kinds of houses. One was like a dome.
Right. Yep.
The family itself lived in.
Okay.
Many domes, community.
Right.
Little tents of it.
Mm-hmm.
The Iroquois used a longhouse to build one big house. The whole tribe lived in a longhouse.
Okay.
Or at least clans, which would be your like family and extended family.
Right.
But a longhouse could they'd put 40 people in a longhouse.
Oh no shit! Big place.
So like in prepper terms, right? It's the difference between like a little 2-person tent and like a big like a 10-person.
The 12-man monster. Yeah.
But I would love to do. Everybody's done the wigwam, like the little tent, sleep by myself or with my partner, chilling.
Yeah.
But I'd love to do a longhouse, like a communal, a dormitory, a barracks.
Yeah.
It might be something in a post-apocalyptic community people have to get used to.
Yeah.
Close proximity to others.
Outhouse usage.
Just like, everybody's equal out here. Like it's prison, it's the army, it's
all of it rolled into one.
Yeah, like there's
worst camping trip ever.
There's like naked dudes, okay, like, and not hot ones either. It's not a good time. It ain't the Playboy Channel down there.
No.
Worse than that.
No. And guys, with all the rain that we're having, bug season is about to kick into like freaking biblical
camping
proportions.
In the summer, just bugs. You can hear the mosquitoes outside the tent. Like
treat your clothing with Sawyer's permethrin. The Cardin lotion is really good. You can put that stuff right on your skin. Lasts like 12 hours, so there's a good length in that. But keep the bugs away, man. Keep them away. Anything you got to do to be bug free. They carry disease. They're nasty. They
malaria, West Nile,
sucking,
Zika,
disgusting Howison virus, Lyme's disease. I mean, the list goes on. Not to mention just a nasty spider bite or something like that. Screw all that. Yeah. Spray everything. Chemically treat it. We're all nothing but freaking chemicals anymore anyway.
Now, on the concept of naked dudes, I posit, like, if you've ever been to the Columbia County Fair, I don't know if they still do it. But it used to be there's like this big long trough, and you go in there, that's the men's room, and there's a big trough with like water that runs through it, and like you just show up and like put it out there, and like there's just like a bunch of dudes like just whizzing in a trough, and like it is what it is.
There it is.
So
there it is.
Like I said, in a communal, like close-knit post-apocalyptic environment, like you're going to be confronted with like uninvited, unwanted.
Sanitation is going to be the biggest issue, man.
And there's going to be like full frontal. And
once modern
like, I didn't ask for
stuff
this.
Goes to crap.
Nobody asked for that. You just got it.
It's the problem is nobody knows where to go to crap. They're going to taint different things, and it's going to be bad.
First thing that happens is
buy a Jace case. Get antibiotics, man. I'm telling you, get them. Oh, by the way, Jace Medical does a hell of a lot more than just antibiotics now. Did you guys know that? They actually have a program called Jace Daily. So if you take medications on a daily basis, they can get you up to a year's supply of those medications now. They've really stepped up their game over there. They are so much more than just antibiotics. So if you guys are dependent upon medications and we really think things are going to go sideways, check out Jace Medical. The link is in the description section below. It can save your life. Antibiotics and that used to be the biggest thing was stupid little shit infections and things like that would kill people before all these modern antibiotics and things. So get them if you can. Check them out. If you have prescriptions that you need daily, check out the Jace Daily. Incredible stuff, man. Incredible stuff. Does Jace sell Valtrex? No clue. They got a whole bunch of crap over there that they're selling though. And if you need it and you're dependent upon it, you got to have it. So check it out, man. Worth it. Crispin says a lifetime supply of Viagra.
They got that new shit
Outlaw, have a great night. Happy birthday, my friend.
Happy birthday, Outlaw.
Yeah, we're out of here too. We are over our mark. The Angry Fella is coming on at 9, and we'll give you all a little break until then. But thank you for joining us tonight, man. Really appreciate it. And we will catch y'all on the We All Gonna Die Wednesday.
Tomorrow, 7:30.
Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. We out of here.